Right, so I'm off on a bit of a mercy mission to go and help get Diane through the locks. So a bit of a crowd of hikers ahead, so I don't quite know what we're going to do here. Cheers. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Cheers. So Diane's actually in the first lock, but Dave's down there, so she'll be able to keep up a decent speed. And what I'll do, oh no, they're all bloody empty. They're full. Right. My best bet is to empty these. Right. On the way down, I'll empty them. New plan. I'd forgotten you were on. So, yeah, this lock's full. I've just texted the guys down. I'm not going to whiz down, which I could be there in 10 minutes on the bike. What I'll do is I'll empty the locks on my way. Because I don't know how, but this lock's filled up. The last guy through was this morning, Lee. The Cockney boater we met yesterday. I say Cockney, I've no idea really. But, so I don't know who came through, because I didn't see anyone. But for this lock to be full, now, someone had to have come up through it and raised the level to come out the other side. And I just didn't see anyone, so I don't know, I don't understand how it can be full, but it is. And what I'll do is I'll empty it, and with a little bit of luck, this will be the only one. But it makes sense because there's no waiting for the locks to fill as Diane comes through. So I don't think I'll go so far as to leave the gates open. I don't think I'll do that. Dave was suggesting yesterday leave the gates open so they're all just ready to sail in. So let's see first of all, is the gate now? Yes, the gate's now moving. Well, I won't open it. This is an argument in favour of opening it, isn't it? Leaving the bottom gate open. It does seem to make sense, and we will be through pretty quickly. If anybody comes down from the top, they might be a bit cheesed off, and actually it's not the done thing to leave them open, but it is only for an hour. Dave suggested it yesterday, but I don't know if I'm entirely comfortable with it. This idea of leaving the gates all open, but he didn't seem to think there was a problem. Do you know what? Leaving the gates open will stop the lock filling from the far end, and we will be pretty quick through here, I think, with any luck at all. We could get told off, that's the worry. Right. Okay. Lock number one, ready to go. Windlass in the belt, and let's press on. This is great doing this on a bike. I've got to... Oh, I can't go down there, can I? It's a little bit too steep, that slope. So I'm going to wheel it down there. If it was dry, I wouldn't be so fussed, but in the rain, one little bit of sharp braking and you're off, really. Right. Okay, let's get to the next one. Not a bad path as well, as you would expect, really, because it's such a popular flight. A lot of walking to and fro up here. In the summer this will be pretty much constant use, and yeah, so it kind of makes sense to put a little bit of paving, stone, what is it? I don't know what that is. Gravel. It's gravel, isn't it? It's not paving. I know it's not paving. Don't what are you talking about, paving? It's not. That was just a random word that came out for no reason. So yeah, Di's in the first lock. So Dave has actually been waiting patiently. He had a genius idea, a plan that never came together, which was he helped the boat down, he helped Lee down between 8 and 10 this morning. And the plan was Di would arrive about 10 and then he'd be ready at the bottom to help her up. But she didn't make it. She overslept, she was late setting off, whatever, you know, it's boaters, isn't it? I'm just going to check this lock before I pass by. Well, it seems to be empty, but I'm going to open a gate. I'm going to open a gate just to make sure. So it looks like it was only the top lock that was affected by that little anomaly. And it could be, it sounds a bit odd, so I'm sceptical, but it could be that top lock is leaking so badly that in the last sort of 2 hours since Lee came through it, it's filled up. That's, you know, the top gate leaking has filled the lock, because the bottom gate looked watertight. So it could just be that. Anyway, so I'm just going to carry on in this fashion until I meet them, because they'll be through the first or second locks by the time I get there, and hopefully no one tells us off for opening all these locks. Now, oh, blimey, it's a bit of a slope here, isn't it? Yeah, that's doable. I think even in the wet, you've got to be a little bit circumspect. Okay, here's a horrible puddle. Right, this lock. What's going on? This lock's full. What the effing hell is going on with these locks? How can that one be empty and this one full? Aliens. Right, anyway. It is my sworn duty to empty it, so feels like a bit of a time waster, but this will sort of save time on the way. Now, if someone's coming up ahead of Di, which I didn't check with Dave, if someone else is coming up, then all this effort's going to benefit them. Right, my canal friends, we meet again, and I'm at lock 8, which I've just emptied it and opened it. I've emptied and opened most of them apart from one, because a gang of walkers were watching me, and I didn't want to leave a lock gate open, because you're not supposed to do it. Here's Diane just coming through, so that's great time. done 7 locks in about 40 minutes. Hello, hello. I think you might be setting a record here, you know.
Right?
I think you might be setting a record for this lock flight. Sadly, I neglected or forgot to catch any of the lock action here, but Di's just gone through in double quick time and is now heading for the next one, but I left the gates closed rather than risk being told off by a bunch of hikers, because they know their stuff, the hikers. So that one's closed, all the rest should be open. So I'm just going to re-close this gate and then mosey on up on the bike. It's saved, it's called lock wheeling when you do this. Take a bike between locks. This isn't the absolutely ideal flight for it, because bike's in the way of the beam. They're so close together. So it's not like the ideal set of locks, but it works. The ideal one for lock wheeling is when the locks are further apart and the walking's a bit of a grind. So I'm going to head up there now. Excuse me, madam. What's that? What is that? Really? I don't think I was carrying money, Dave. So, don't think it's mine.
Mine now.
Yeah.
I've got one day.
Not the approved method, madam. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Oh. Feels like the wind's more exposed up here. Yeah. Bit stiff, this one. Just getting it going. I don't have the same strength left, Dave, after my trials and tribulations. I should have a week off. So yeah, are you thinking you'll press on to Congleton or, Macclesfield?
Yeah.
You think you'll go for
half one.
swing bridges as well, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 swing bridges. That's okay.
You reckon you'll make it, yeah?
Yeah.
Because is Di going to press on as well?
No, I think Di was going to stop between here and Macclesfield. Walk around or something.
Right. I don't know whether to come along with you then, because it would be good to get there if I could. The only problem, Dave, I can't get water. How long ago was the water point?
One just this side of that length of boat before we pulled in.
No, when was our last water point?
Oh, I don't know. Red Bull.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, because I filled up at the one that you let me through the lock after there. Do you remember? You let me through that little lock, the stop lock, and there was a water point there.
Yeah.
I filled up there. So what was that? Was that like a week?
Alright. There is another one before the moorings in Macclesfield.
Yeah, but I don't want to stop. Once I go, if we're running at 2, half 2, I just want to press on.
Yeah, I probably need to stop the water as well. But
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, Dave, I might just press on. I'll come with you, I think, because it'll make the lift bridges easier. Madam. Right. I'll go and get that one. I think it's open, but I'll press on. Okay. I'm checking out your sounds. I'm not sure about. Yeah, yeah. 80s child, eh? Murphy, what are you doing? Out the way. Ch-ch-ch-ch, out the way. Come on, Murph, out the way. Come on. Right, so I'm just to the top of the hill. I keep forgetting the camera's on. Look at this, by the way. It's bloody miserable. It's quite miserable. Look at that lovely hill in the background. There's Dye on the approach. And look in that direction, there's also some foothills. Just beautiful location. I love it. Right, let's get this gates closed for Dye. Dying the dogs. You clear, Di?
yeah, okay.
Oopsie daisy. I was a bit keen with that one. Oh, sorry, mate. You go. Dave. I'll go on this side because it's a little bit further to the next one, so I might get there a bit quicker. There we go, that looks okay. These things are great for a lock flight, you know.
Yeah.
Bike, really handy. But I'm surprised how you can feel the wind when you're getting out in the open.
Yeah.
It's properly blowy. Whoops. Yeah, I think I might press on with you, you know, Dave. I was going to stop and cook something, but I think I've got enough water for a few days. I think in Macclesfield, near that water point, there's a couple of winding holes as well. So even if you do moor up, you can turn round, come back, turn round. You know, there's a little bit of you can do some shenanigans.
Yeah.
So that's what I might do. I'll press on, because I was a little bit worried about arriving like 4 p.m. It's getting dark. The place might be full. And then we're pressing on. It's 5, it's 6, it's gone dark. We're looking for Armco.
Even if we got through the 2 swing bridges and there was somewhere, that would probably be okay as well.
To be honest, yeah, actually, I did have a spot in mind. I did have a sort of a spot in mind that I was thinking about stopping anyway, which is near Curry's on the southern edge. There's some Armco there from looking at Google Street View.
Yeah.
And it's handy for the shopping estate, and there's a home bargain shop, those retail parks, and they'll sell beer. So I'm always a step ahead, Dave, when it comes to that.
Definitely not cider.
Yeah, I just, listen, if there was zombie apocalypse and we hadn't had a drink for a year, I'd be all over that proposal. But I'm not quite in that zone of desperation where I'll drink cider willingly.
Some of these would have been nice to have a long throw as well as a short throw.
Yeah. Right. Let us on. Oh, she wants to get off, does she? Oh. Right. So what we'll do then, Dave, is just get these down, leave the gates closed while Di unloads, maybe.
Yeah. So.
Is Di good with pressing on? Yeah.
Yeah, she seems to be.
Okay. I'll assume, Dave, 20 minutes before we're all off. If it's going to be any longer, if I've got more time, just text me. Yeah, I'll assume 13:30 departure.
Basically, in actual fact, anybody can go. So if it's doing lift bridge first, get themselves moored up. And
Yeah, this is true.
wait out.
Yeah. Righty-ho, chaps. I'm going to head back. And as I say, I'll aim for sort of 1:30. If it's looking like there's a delay, just text me.
Well, if Red's ready to go, might as well go.
After Elsan and rubbish.
First lift bridge.
Yeah. Well, it just depends, because if I've got more time, I'll use it, you see. I've got a couple of things I've got to copy onto the computer, and I'd rather get that done rather now than later. That's why I'm wanting to know how much time we've got to plan. But either way, Dave, drop us a text. I'll pop out at past and see what's going on, and take it from there.